Have you ever had a moment where your entire life just stops making sense? Not a bad day, not even a rough week. I'm talking about that deep, unsettling feeling of who am I? What am I doing? Why does everything feel off? Like something is ending, but nothing new has quite begun yet. Yeah, that might not just be a hard time. That might be the dark night of the soul. Welcome back to the Rambling Psychic Podcast. Today we're going into one of the most intense and honestly misunderstood parts of the spiritual journey, the dark night of the soul. And let me say this up front. This is not cute. It is a version of healing, though. This is the crying on the floor, questioning your entire existence phase. So if you're in it right now, I see you. Let's talk about what this actually is and why it feels like everything is falling apart. So I'm going to break this into segments. Segment 1. What is the dark night? The dark night of the soul is a deep spiritual and emotional reset. It's the phase where the life, identity, and beliefs you built start to break down. Not because you failed, but because they're no longer aligned with who you're becoming. It's like your soul says, we can't keep living like this. And instead of gently suggesting change, it pulls the rug out from under you, respectfully. Segment 2. Why it feels so intense. Here's why this phase hits so hard. Because it targets your identity, the things you thought you were, the things you thought were you, your roles, relationships, goals, even your personality. They start to feel unfamiliar or wrong. And that creates this deep internal instability. You might feel lost, disconnected, emotionally heavy, numb one day, overwhelmed the next. It's like you're shedding a version of yourself. But the new version hasn't fully formed yet. So you're just in between. And let's be honest, no one likes the in between. Segment 3, common signs. So let's get specific because this is where people start recognizing it. Emotional collapse. You feel everything or nothing. Crying spells, emotional waves, or complete numbness, where you're like, should I be concerned that I feel absolutely nothing right now? Loss of meaning. Things that used to matter don't. Career goals, social circles, routines, they can feel empty or pointless. And that's scary because it leaves you asking, what does matter then? And then there's isolation. You may pull back from people, not because you don't care, but because you don't feel understood, or because you're changing and your environment isn't matching that anymore. There's going to be deep inner questioning. This is where the big questions come in. What is my purpose? What is real? What am I meant to do with my life? Casual thoughts, nothing major. Segment 4. What's actually happening? Here's the part I really want you to understand. This isn't random. This is a breakdown of the false self. The identity built on expectations or conditioning, survival patterns, or maybe who you thought you had to be. And yes, it feels like everything is falling apart because in a way it is, but it's not falling apart to destroy you. It's falling apart to reveal you. Segment 5, the hardest truth. Here's the part that no one loves hearing. You can't rush this. You can't mindset your way out of it. You can't positive think your way through it overnight. And honestly, trying to skip it usually makes it last longer. This phase asks you to sit with yourself, feel what you've avoided, release what isn't aligned. It's less about doing and more about allowing. Annoying, I know. Segment 6, how do we navigate it? Now, this doesn't mean you just suffer through it blindly. There are ways to move through this with more awareness. Number 1, stop resisting it. The more you fight it, the heavier it feels. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Try, what is this showing me? Number 2, ground yourself. Even though this is spiritual, you still need real world support. Rest, hydrate, move your body, talk to someone you trust. We stay grounded here. Number 3, give yourself space to change. You're not meant to be who you were. Let yourself evolve, even if it feels uncomfortable. Number 4, don't isolate completely. Alone time is natural here, but don't disappear completely. You still need connection, even if it looks different. So let's go into segment 7, what comes after. Here's the light at the end of this, because yes, there is one. On the other side of the dark night, there's clarity. There's authentic energy. There's a version of you that feels more aligned, more honest, more real. Not perfect, but true. And that's something that you can actually build a life on. So, if you feel like everything in your life is unraveling right now, take a breath. You're not broken. You're in transformation. And yeah, it's not glamorous, but it's powerful. I want to hear from you. Are you in this phase right now? And if so, what has been the hardest part for you? And if this episode found you at the right time, share it with someone who may need it too. because going through this alone feels a lot heavier than it has to. I thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.